Howdy. So a bit of an annoyance for me is my recordings sometimes turn out to be glorified demos, basically. So I record them all, obviously, by myself, and I do what I assume is a great job on it, and then I will release the song, or mix, master, release it, and then I kind of just sit on it. I don't do anything. I don't pay attention to it because I actually don't like my own voice, so I don't like to listen to my own songs. But I don't think it's not really a rarity amongst people that sing. I love singing, love writing songs, love doing all that stuff. Just I cannot stand my own voice most of the time. So then I just won't listen to it, and then what happens is I get back to starting to practice to like play shows or record live stuff, and so I'll go through my songs and I'll practice to the song I've recorded, the recorded version of it. And I'll realize that it's not correct vocally in terms of like styling, right? So I was working on a song called Forgiveness to play live, and since I had never recorded another version of it before anyway, the recording that I have now, which is the final version that I have, I realized as I was listening to it, it's like the vocals just aren't where they need to be. They just the melody's fine, everything's fine, just they're not as emotionally driven as they should be. Like, I don't practice enough pre-recording, I think, which is a problem I have. I'm a bit impatient, obviously. I'm a bit impatient. So I will then just go into my studio setting and record what I think it's going to be, and then I'll obviously release it, and, sometimes it's great, but sometimes it turns out that I haven't fully realized the potential of what it should be in terms of the vocals. So with that song, I am now re-recording the vocals for it. The music sounds great, everything sounds great, except for like the passion behind the singing of it. Like, I was clearly still learning my own lyrics to it. And then also, I am a proponent of songs being able to be played live with without overlapping vocals. Like, I don't know, I don't like the idea of not being able to play something fully live. So one line in the song I actually rewrote. It's the same idea, it's just kind of condensed. Not kind of condensed, it was condensed more. It was rewritten to fit the idea of I can breathe and sing the darn thing. So that was one thing that I don't know why I didn't figure that out earlier. I think I liked the line so much and it made sense. But then in singing it and trying to practice it, it's like I can't do it live. Like, I don't have enough breadth to be able to sing it live the way it was. So I had to rewrite that line, keep the same idea, but definitely condense it down, which worked out really well. So I'm proud of it now. But yeah, so I'm gonna record. Actually, I've already honestly recorded the new version vocally in my other room over there, which I have filmed here, and I will put a little clip or a couple clips from it. Actually, it's one long clip that I will just kind of put at the end of this, just to kind of show you my DIY recording studio stuff. To also show like any space will do. If you have space to record in, if you have a microphone, if you have an interface, if you have a computer, if you have anything you record on, then there's no excuses. You can do it. And you can do it well. So you'll see in a couple seconds or a couple minutes just how makeshift my vocal booth is, and also my guitar recording booth, and every recording thing I do is in the same place. But yeah, it's very frustrating for me to realize later on that it's not correct, but I'm glad I do finally get to a point where I enjoy what I've done. Like, I was going through a bunch, 4 or 5 songs starting out for a set to play live because I need to get playing live now. I've wasted way too much time. And the first 3 of them I was like, oh, this is great. These sound good, the recordings, and I can obviously emulate myself. I just play the songs. But then once I got to Forgiveness, I was like, this just isn't right. It doesn't hurt my ears, but it just makes my head spin. So yeah, so that's one thing about the recording process that frustrates the heck out of me about myself, is I think it's probably my impatience and my lack of practicing. Like, when I was in Still Sky's Limit, we'd practice all the time. We had a lockout studio, which is just a rehearsal space, and we'd go practice all the time, and then we'd end up it's the idea of perfecting your songs before you go record them. and that worked out really well. So I don't have the wherewithal, I guess, to do that currently, and I need to start doing that more. But it has turned into some of these songs are just demos, and I need to get them to the point where they are not demos anymore. And I need to figure out how to realize that sooner. Not have an unrealized idea. So, anyhow, yeah, that's another part of this whole process that I like to be transparent about, is that A, I don't have a recording studio. I have a closet that I set up. And B, I am impatient. And that is sometimes problematic, but sometimes not. So it's kind of a, one of six of one, half does the other, I think is the saying. But yeah, so gotta practice more. That's being me. And I've got to make sure all these things sound good. I've got a lot of songs and I've got a lot of stuff I want to go play live, and now I'm getting back to that point. But I need to do it correct. So there you go. Check out my studio. It's a closet, and it works really well. Gets the sound I need. So until next time, have a fantastic day, night, week, month, year. See you later. So here's my setup here for recording vocals. I do it in my closet, actually. So me and Felicia have a closet here. I walk like a kind of a mini walk-in closet in our apartment, and all these clothes, since they are so cloth-ish, they catch the sound and it just deadens it, so I don't have to like worry about any sort of reverb or any bouncing off walls or anything. It gives me a flat sound, and it's exactly what I want going into my interface and into my computer itself. So what I do is just have that. I used to have a little desk thingy that I put here, but I don't know where that went, so I just put my computer on the floor. At the moment, there it is with the setup there. There's the little interface thing. It's honestly, it's extremely inexpensive. Aaron Kramer actually gave me this thing, or lent me it, I think like 10 years ago. I just still have it. And then a crazy little thing that I do also is I also strewn clothes about the floor and about everywhere, so I can have as much deadening as I can. But I drink Coca-Cola for anytime I sing. I don't know why it is. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's just the amount of syrup in it. It is the perfect mix of whatever it is to coat my throat, basically, when I'm singing. I mean, I don't sing as hard as I used to in terms of like rock music stuff. I'm obviously a lot softer of a singer, but this soda, the just regular Coke, helps it sound like. I've tried like Dr. Pepper, and I don't know, even Cherry Coke doesn't do it right. It's just regular bottled 2-liter Coca-Cola. So for whatever reason, it works perfect. And I've talked to Felicia about this at great extent, and I think she does the same. Or says it kind of works for her that way too. But it just coats the throat perfectly for singing, for at least in my experience. So yeah, everything's pretty DIY, as you can tell. But hell, whatever works, dude. And anyone can do it. So I'm gonna put this thing on my little tripod over here and let it film me singing, which I've never done before actually. But yeah, I'm gonna sing some stuff. I used to have it. So my printer didn't have ink for like a year because it's a really odd printer, and it was like impossible to find, especially during a pandemic that hit. But so I used to do I used to use my phone for the just to read lyrics, but I had to scroll through as I'm doing it, and it just got kind of annoying. So I finally got ink from a printer again. So that's what I was doing. I was have a printout of my lyrics. I mean, I haven't memorized, but it's nice to have a reference, because I try to really focus on the emotion of the vocals in general. And if I like don't think about what I'm singing, I just look at it and I realize what's going on. So kind of have that reference. I'm also coming off of a nap. I drove Felicia to the airport. She went to New York City for the opening of the Sweeney Todd musical today. So I drove her really early this morning and kind of went to bed late last night. So I'm a bit groggy at the moment, but I will wake up, especially with some caffeine from soda. Anyway, yeah, this is my setup. It's extremely DIY, but it works magically well. And I mean, if I can do it, anyone can do it, right? So give it a try. All right. Oh, one more thing for you guys. I used to use my my mixing headphones, because I don't have monitors anymore. Plus, I'm in an apartment complex, so playing music really loud and mixing is not conducive to a living situation like this. So I have nice mixing headphones that I use, but I also used to use them for recording vocals and obviously guitar and stuff like that. But there was too much bleed in them. You could hear, you could hear things getting recorded. I mean, obviously the headphones were loud enough, and they just weren't supposed to be, but it would go from the headphone into the microphone and bleed into the song itself, and or the recording itself, and that was just getting really really annoying. So I just took my my earbuds, my headset for my phone, my cell phone, and I now use that. I just honestly put one in my left ear, and that's it. Works just as well. Actually, it works better because there's no bleed from it. I just hear it in my ear, and that's it. So there you go, singing time.
So this is basically me warming up. I was still a little bit groggy, but getting the feel of the song again in my headphones, and got that going. And after that, I kicked out the entire thing. It was pretty awesome.
So I'll do like 4 takes, I guess, maybe 5, to figure it out. And then if any of them sound good, cool. If not, I will probably start over and just do it over again. But I'm just kind of getting into it and getting going. So that is that. I'll probably go blah, 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 fast forward. Yeah, who's that? Let's see. Who's that? But yeah. So and now the Coca-Cola is kicking in with the caffeine a little bit, and also the kind of blood flow's going. This is helping me. I'm probably gonna put this down in a minute, but I'm getting it going. So just gotta do a song. I take 4 vocals and I see which one I like the best, and then I will do some harmonies, and yeah, this one's gonna be a big song. The chorus is gonna be pretty big. I realized that as I was listening to like the demo version of it. So, gonna get on that. Anyway, see ya.